is laying right here. So I'm going to just go over the specs and stuff. So this is a cool little watch movement here. This is a Sellita SW210-1. And this is a Sellita SW200-1. So this is the automatic version of that, which is precisely what I have put in this, which is really cool. So this is the Metro Mini, which is under testing phase at the moment. I don't really have a dial design for it, but I just have black and gold. I used this strap from another watch that I had, but it's pretty sick. It's Swiss movement, so it sweeps a lot cleaner than it would sweep on this. It's very jumpy on this guy here. It doesn't really show up on camera, but it jumps. Kind of jumpy. Whereas this thing is smooth as hell. It's kind of hard to tell the difference, but I'll do a side by side real quick. Look at the jumpy. Oops. You can see how much jumpier it is in this, where it just sweeps perfectly smooth. But what I was saying is the difference between, please don't fall, this movement and this movement is this is an ETA movement. So this is the real deal. It's Swiss, same amount of parts, same exact movement as this. This just needs a new balance wheel, and this will go into the Metro, the regular Metro. This is the women's version, the Metro Mini. Overall, if I were to start selling these production-wise, I just need a logo. I'm thinking Radco, something cool would be nice. I don't know a design logo, because I'd put that on the crown head here, but on the back, it's full sapphire as well as the front crystal. It is water resistant, allegedly up to 30 meters, which isn't as good as this. This is 10 ATM, so this is about 100 meters water resistance, which means you can swim with it. This you can't swim with. This is just like every day you can splash some water on it. Drop it in the toilet, it'll survive pretty good. Because you know you like taking your watches off in the bathroom. However, this is quite a big accomplishment for me, because it just took a fucking year. An entire fucking year to do. After experimenting with different movements, I just had to figure out which one that I fell in love with, and it turned out to be the 2824, which is a Swiss timepiece, which is really nice. So this movement will cost you about $350. Even it's a 2824 Sellita, which means, you know, it's got everything in there. I can go over it real quick since I'm at my new stand desk, but I'm sitting down. We'll flop this on over here. I'll show you what's on the inside of this timepiece here. Oh, wait. So here's the movement with the rotor on still. I'll show you what's under the rotor so you can kind of get an idea or a feel for what we're doing. This has two settings, one being the date changer. Oh, it's kind of upside down for you, my bad. Which has its issues. It doesn't really change the date all that well. That's a service issue, but I got my movement holder here, which is nice because I can just plop you there and let you go in a little bit. It says Bergeon Swiss made. All I use and work on are Swiss timepieces. I don't necessarily always wear Swiss timepieces. For example, I'm wearing a French timepiece, which does not have the smoothness of the Swiss sweep, as I call it. The Swiss sweep's a lot different than the Chinese sweep or the French sweep or the not Swiss sweep, right? It's hard to tell on camera, but it's jumpy. You can see it jumping, but it still sweeps. Pretty cool though. However, so what makes this basically different than the automatic wind, manual wind one, you can make this a manual wind, which is really neat. That's a cool feature. However, if you do so, you got to take this module off, right? So that's kind of neat, I guess. Yeah, my birthday's in 3 days. I'm really pumped for that. I was kind of glad I got this project done before then. I'll be leaving the country for a bit. Here's your automatic winding module. Now this is where the good stuff lies, right? So you can see, let me put that back in and start winding it for you. It's hard to see on camera, but it winds, trust me. If you look, there you go. Now you can see it winding. This needs a new balance wheel, which is this thing here. It's like all funny and stuff, but if you wind it, you can barely hear a thing without that automatic winding module on, because it's connected to a train of wheels. It's like the regular train of wheels. But this one, I'll call this, I think it's still considered a wheel train. Because, I mean, there's a bunch of wheels, aka gears, that are in a row, which we call the train of wheels. So I just thought it'd be another wheel trains designed like that. But see, now you'll listen to it when I pop this on, and the rotor here. But yeah, this is the movement I practiced on. This is the same movement my boss had on his watch that I shit my pants the entire time I was servicing it. But luckily for him and me, and thank God, thank you God, for being able to notice, he had an ETA 2824. It was a really old watch brand that he had bought from his brother, cousin, uncle, step cousin, someone. Now listen to the, you can hear the difference then to now when the train of wheels are going. Which is, I always found that fascinating. When two wheels go together, you'll be able to see it on this. Where's the train of wheels? You can sort of see it, but it's there. So this is the ladies' version of the Metropolitan. So I call this one, sorry, the Metro Mini. I've been working on this for an entire year, and this does sport an ETA 2824. Once again, a big accomplishment for me. I would start selling these at about $350, $200 to $300, depending on, you know, the model, what this has. This is sapphire crystal, which is pretty cool. But if you wanted a manual wind version of it, which is this movement right here, which does not have the automatic winding module, so just pure manually wound, that will probably go for cheaper. But it all depends on what you want. So, shite, fuck. Be right back. Shit. But yeah, so today, to work, I'm either considering bringing my beautiful Reef Tiger or going out in public with the very first, one and only Metro Mini. I'm using this clasp from a watch project I'm working on, like an actual project that I've been holding off for a while. I'm thinking on getting a deployant clasp, so where you just push the button in the middle and it stays where it's at. But yeah, this is the Metro Mini. It's quite a small watch. Like, if you compare it to this, it's a really small watch. So this is a ladies' version of the Metro. However, I did put a lot of time, money, and soul into this piece of shit. So I'm going to take apart this 2824 so you can see exactly what's going on, you know? Exactly what goes inside of it. So I'm just taking off that rotor again. I'll fully disassemble this time because I can, and I do love doing that. So we're going to take off this wheel bridge here. Train wheel. We're going to move the rotor up to you. I'm sorry I couldn't get a better view of this, but, you know, watchmaker reasons. Here's the screws for the automatic winding works. Now, it's not all one part, but you can, you know, service it if it's one part. Which today I think I won't do that, because there's different pieces in it. So we're going to take it all apart. Okay. So this is the automatic wind module I'm taking apart for you. See what's inside of it. So far we got 3 parts. Four. 5. 6. 7 plus its plate right there. So that's just the automatic winding module. I'll try and move you guys back here a little more so you can see more of it. There you go. But yeah, this is my new desk. It's a new angle, so like I said, I moved the automatic rotor out of the way. So far at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 parts. I'll separate the two by backside and front side. So these are your automatic winders here. I always found that fascinating, just the way wheels go together. And what's interesting is that how they figured this shit out before batteries. Before even a battery came out. So yeah, I'll watch that later tonight. Thank you. It's just amazing to think this sort of technology, well, I mean, still in use today, but it's just fascinating to me to watch everything go together. And I learned how to do this a little while ago. I know it's harder to see the timepieces, but I'm just going to explain to you what they are. Okay, now we're going to take off some of these dial parts here. Working on the dial side. So this is going to be a totally separate area. So yeah, now I'm just taking off some of this stuff. So what this just holds the date wheel in place and covers up some other stuff. It holds down the date changer, which I need a new one of those on this. You just pop that date wheel right off, right there. And we can start disassembling this train, this little wheel train here. A lot of gold parts, you know? So one thing that's different about this and the Metro Mini, movement-wise, same movement, it's just on the Metro Mini, on any ETA, little notches for this are, sorry, I'm going to separate these by category here. The notches are already on the time parts, so you don't have to worry about, I mean, it's complicated. It's a lot more difficult than it looks. I would show you, but I just got that Metro Mini put together, and I don't want to start disassembling the Metro Mini just yet. Maybe when there's time for a service on it, of course I will. But for now, no, we're not. Not today. We'll go over how many parts or components are in this. So I'll just do all the dial side stuff here, which are all these little wheels, which is very cool. You know, this is a very fun, but also can get very frustrating hobby that I just out of the blue said, hey, Mom, I really want to learn how to make a watch. So she was like, okay, we can get started. And I was looking around and I kept looking at this thing called Time Zone Watch School. And I was like, you know what, that'd be a good idea. We can learn to do that at Time Zone Watch School. So about a year later, here we are. I had talked about it in Florida when I took Sawyer to Disney World for his second go around. I had talked to Mary, a good friend of mine now, about, hey, I want to start watchmaking. And, you know, I was wearing my Rolex Submariner that day and feeling good about myself. I met a couple new people. I've already gone over this, just not on this channel. And yeah, usually I go on my ADHD watchmaking channel, but not today. I thought I'd give you guys a little bit of a surprise here. You know, same old crazy Radco. Here we go. Now we can take this guy out. That's your stem and crown. And then this is the keyless works. This is what allows you to wind and do certain functions on your watch. Now that dial side's over. Oh, fuck. We're dropping stuff. Okay, so this goes here. Yep, okay. You know, what's interesting is I found that I've fallen in love with the 2824 watch movement. There's just something simple about it. It's just so simple to work with and, you know, quite interesting. I did order a new wheel, so one of the wheels may look a little shinier than the other. Now, when I got this movement here that I'm working on at the moment, there was no grease. There was no, like, it wasn't oiled properly, but it was oiled. So unlike the ETA 2824 that's currently in the Metro Mini over there, shut up, Sawyer. It's like not as oily. So the ETA 2824 is super oily. Like they leave residue marks on the backs of the other watch parts. Now, a cool thing you can do with the 2824 here is the crown wheel is actually not attached to anything under that plate. It's directly attached to the plate, so is the click and click spring, which is an absolute pain in the ass to change that click and click spring. So we're going to leave it on for now, for today, and then later, maybe if I've serviced some more stuff on here. I totally realized I forgot to change the title. Anyway, but yeah, maybe in the future I can go over and explain to you what's up with that. So now we're just taking off this barrel stuff. This just allows the watch to wind and things. Yeah. So we can just take this off like that. See how it's still on there? That's your crown wheel and your click and click spring. But yeah, other than that, this is fine. This needs a brand new balance wheel, which Mom has ordered here. Hopefully. I sent her a link. Should have had that ordered. But I'll show you exactly why. That's right, it's not properly done. It's all funny and silly. So we're not using that. And this is what allows you, you can take this piece out. This is the balance stop lever. And that is a pretty important role in the way fucking screws. It plays an important role in a watch's hacking function. So people call it a hacking lever. Oh, come on, don't say you stuck to it. Here you are. I don't know how the fuck you got over there, but you did. It depends up onto the user. I don't know what I'm saying at this point. But yeah, here's the new wheel. Right here, I see it's a little more gold than this one. Can we not fuck around there? Thank you. Sorry for my language. I'm just really excited and nervous at the same time because I got quite a few new parts for this. But yeah, here's your main spring barrel. This what keeps winding the watch. It's pretty fancy. This is your first wheel. Get all of this off for you. Take all the clothes off. Make y'all horny. Went to the eye doctor yesterday. I'm turning into a 40-year-old with all this bullshit. And I brought up watchmaking and loops. For some reason, like, it's just such a habit for me to just, you know, assume nobody else does watchmaking and knows about loops. Mom's like, they're an optometrist. They know everything about watch loops and visions and shit. So here we are, we're fully disassembled. Now, components-wise, there is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 6, fuck it, I'll have to do it all over again. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, a Bentley, nice. There's 52 components. I counted them out before today. I'm sorry you're focusing mainly on me, but not this disassembly. This is the automatic, this is essentially just this. This is a Seagull 2824, sorry. Almost at 3135. But I'm in absolute love, and I'm so proud of this. I really am. I may wear this to work. I know it's plain and simple, but it has a great meaning behind it. It's the only one in the world. If I were to sell this specific one, I would sell it for $5,000. I know it doesn't look like much, but it's the only one in the world like this. I mean, they probably have ones similar to it. I just don't have a dial design for it. I'll look around on eBay and shit like that, but here is your dial. Your main plate here. That's the back. And this is the front. It has 26 joules. I believe so too, but you know, yeah. So here's a joule. This is for your mainspring or your balance wheel. I'm super tired, guys. I'm so sorry. Let's get back to reassembling it. So story time. Let's get back to story time. So when I was servicing my boss's, what I was telling you about ETAs. So on this, there's bumps for the stuff to sit down on this plate. Now on the ETA, which is in the Metro Mini, it's the other way around. Each of the parts has the pins that will rest inside the movement. It's fine. I'm totally fine with that. It's just, it's hard to source, you know, Sellita watch parts when, you know, everyone you look for is an ETA. So I would just go straight up for ETA, although they're fucking expensive. You know, just watchmaker stuff. Stay. But yeah, this is a great hobby, and I absolutely love doing it. It gives me, an ADHD-brained individual, something to do all day. Although, I'm trying to get the fucker. But yeah, this is interesting. So what got me in my confidence boosted with watch repairs for other people, and I was so proud of myself, was Larry's watch. Larry is my boss. Now he had a very rare watch that was only produced 2 years, like ever. It was only created for 2 years. And you can hear my voice is getting shaky. I get a little anxious around this part. Okay, you aren't properly seated, okay? There you go. Stay like that. Good job. So what everybody always wonders about is, oh, do you have that loop? I have a loop, correct. But after a while, I don't know, maybe this is just me, it turns into muscle memory, mainly because I've been working on the same fucking watch for the last year, you know? Come on. Just set properly. Come on, I don't want this shit today, come on. Gotta work today. The other day I was recording myself for, you know, my kids eventually. If they ever get into this hobby here of watchmaking. Okay, we just gotta push you back. Beautiful. But yeah, if they ever get into this, I want them to see their dad at 20 years old doing what he loves. Now, you'll hear the excitement in any watchmaker's voice. Oh, beautiful. It's just perfect. Let me show you something. So here is how you shaky hands, my bad. I'm sorry for the shaky hands. I get like that sometimes. Okay, so we're gonna focus on the movement here. Watch how you test it. It's pretty cool. It's how you know you did it. That's how you test it. If everything spins perfectly, oops, that's how you know you did it right. Okay, very cool. So that's nice. Next, I like to place the pallet fork so that can stop the escape wheel here. I'm fucking around quite a bit. Okay. There we go. Beautifully placed. You know what? I think I like this change for my little dark, dingy desk. I can see all these parts so much better with this lighting. It's amazing. You know, at first, I think okay. Stop fucking with me. Come on. Come on. Try that again. Place you all over. Something's wrong. Here we go. Sorry, I wasn't talking for a bit. I tend to like lose track of everything when I work on stuff. Okay, what the fuck is going on here? I tend to think about stupid things when I work. By the way, speaking of work, I gotta get out of here at 2:30 to actually go to my real job. That is my washing machine. Why is this pallet fork giving me so much shit? There we go. Jesus. Oh, shit. So essentially what this pallet fork does is this holds that escape wheel in place, which prevents all these fucking wheels from turning and just wearing down the jewels over time. Now, sometimes I like to place this really fucking broken balance wheel on, which I have, like I said, I have ordered another one. So it should be showing up here. And my birthday, it won't show up till after my birthday, unfortunately, but I asked Mom, because that was the last piece on this that I needed for this to actually run again. I got just a balance wheel. I don't have the entire setup, which is what I ordered. That was like 86 bucks, which is fucking insane. Just for a little, you know. And for the bent piece of metal that we call the click spring, it is, are we on? We're on. It was $6 for that, but I bought a pack of 10 on Amazon for like 20 bucks, I think it was. It was pretty good. No, did its thing. So the thing on this is the cap jewel on the balance wheel is missing, which is a little golden jewel, or not a golden jewel, it's a regular jewel, but yeah, it's just not there. It helps hold that balance wheel in a consistent motion. It's complicated. Now we're just gonna put this guy back on here. And what's nice I love about these watches is everything stacks up so perfectly. You know, you don't have to, you know, make it your life's mission to make sure it's done perfectly, which is always a fucking plus. Sorry about my words. I just, apparently my movement was loose on the case. Which is always a plus if you do it right the first time, which I did with Larry's watch. But this is the watch that I practice on, and Larry's watch was the exact same movement, as I've stated 3 times, as what's in the Metro Mini right here, and which is one I'm working on. So I've practiced this for a while. However, you know, it was very scary, to say the least, because I never actually worked on another person's. Well, I have, but it was for cleaning. I haven't like done a full mechanical watch service on something that, you know, things can be scary sometimes, you know, and yeah, it was a pretty scary thing I had to do. Here is our first golden wheel. This is your ratchet wheel, which is kind of weird to think, because the majority of the time on a ratchet wheel, that's where your click and click spring go, never on the crown wheel, which is interesting. So the click and click spring is on the crown wheel, and I don't know why. It just is. Stop asking fucking questions. No, I'm kidding, don't. That's fine. Keep asking questions, that's fine. It was just odd. And then the other odd thing was, I don't know how this happens, but that it interacts with the automatic winding works, which is only interacts with the, it's weird. I don't get it. And I'm a watchmaker. Never mind, I figured it out. The teeth on this ratchet wheel are just so perfectly close enough to this crown wheel that it interacts with the very edge of it, which is nice. So, yeah, there's wind in it now. It's an interesting game. I guess you'd call it an interesting game you could play. Now for this is your automatic winding works. This is my favorite part of this entire watch, because it allows you, to hide the train of wheels, which, you know, it's a lot cleaner presentation rather than there being, you know, a shit ton of open holes that don't necessarily look too great. Oops. On anything, you know. Plus, it's going to be like on the Metropolitan, which this is going to go on the regular Metro. It's going to be the exact same movement. It's just going to be a larger dial. Here we go. And what's awesome is A, the larger dial is nice, but B, it's a lot harder to keep in the case. Like if you were to, let's say, if you wanted to change the, I can't think of a good example. Let's say you wanted to apply, let's just say putting a dial on it, and there having to be certain requirements for dial screws for any watch, really. The Metro Mini, on the other hand, doesn't need the dial screws. Because it's not in a huge case like the regular Metro is going to be. And I've played around with it. I've done some videos on the concept, but I got one running, and I'd love a second to run, which is going to be the regular Metro, so I can have them side by side. The worst part about all of this is the amount of money I've had to spend on anything. Like, all of it together is super expensive. So, and this is what goes on over this guy here. I know you can only see me and it's really blurry. Just use your imagination, please. So this is what attaches to the ratchet wheel here. And somehow this all transfers kinetic energy into winding this, because it's attached to the crown wheel, sorry, the ratchet wheel, which is just large enough that it touches that crown wheel with that wheel. And it was just baffling to me. I don't know why. I was so amazed by it when I found that out 30 seconds ago. I never really did the research, but I just looked close enough with this new lighting, and it makes sense now. Yeah. And the only issue with this I have is I've practiced on this thing so many times. Okay, so it does interact with the ratchet wheel here. Yeah. That's cool. So we're gonna flip her on over, get to working on the front. Hopefully I have everything screwed down good enough. Anything fall? Nothing fall, nice. So now we're getting to the dial side, which is really boring. Hey, but it's what makes a watch a watch. So we're gonna just place that center guy on, the center wheel, second wheel, as it's called. Now, I'm gonna be honest, when I was learning how to do this, the terminology sucked. I really didn't pay attention to that much, but you know, to be able to do what I do now, I just kind of followed pictures and went along with it. But hey, I'm doing good. Mom was like, are you reading them? I'm like, no. I just follow pictures on that guy, right? You just look at the pictures and you read the paragraph that's next to the picture, and you're like, all right, so place this and this. And over the years, I've kind of deviated from that path of the way they do it, especially the order of certain things going in. Like, for example, the keyless works here. Recommended you put that wheel here on before you've placed the, I guess, fucking flying plate, now it is, plate over it. And that just wasn't working that well for me. Oh my God, these dog hairs are killing me. But like I said, this is a non-running watch movement. But yeah, I'm so excited to go to work today and show my Metro Mini. Metro's short for Metropolitan, but not like, you know, the Metro, not the train. Just thought it was a cool name. But yeah, I've been working on this for about a year now, and I dreamed of the day that I can properly wear a running Metro anything. So yeah, today's that day. I'm wearing it out in public. It's a women's watch, but it's my watch, right? It's my own watch. Why aren't you staying in place? Whatever. But, you know, it's our first step. Now I just need to find somebody who will be willing to campaign this shit. Set this out on the internet, get the right resources. I also would love to start a watch servicing business, but I don't know where to start. I mean, I felt good when I did Larry's. Just fix that guy there. Get these fucking dog hairs out of my screwdriver, or my tweezers. So now here's where you'd place it on. Just when that part is secured down, you'd want to place it. Now I did notice with the Metro over here that the ETA movement, everything's so much deeper. Well, it's also cleaner, but you know, shit happens. The movement's a day old, like it's brand fucking new. It came in last night. So I was like, Mom, I didn't order anything. Why is there shit here? I just thought it was like an early birthday gift from someone. Oh, it was an early birthday gift from Amazon. Appreciate it, Amazon. Yeah, for example, on the ETA version of this, there's an extra part here that comes out, which is interesting. As I watched a video on this wristwatch revival guy who I've fallen in love with. Not in that way, but just in the way that he does things, and I learned from it. Which ironically, he learned off of YouTube, but I actually went through a course that costs you a shitload of money every time you want to go up to the next level, which is level 3 currently. And I'm on level 3, and I still practice on level 2 movements because those are the only 2 movements they've got. And hopefully today I either come home with a Rolex Datejust or I come home with a pocket watch that I need to service for a friend of mine, aka Colin. I'm tired. Sorry. Your name's Colin, not Colin. But, you know, I'm just really excited today. It was a great day in my watchmaking journey. You know? It's quite a big day. Now I gotta figure out my own in-house movement, which I learned through a YouTube short. It cost millions of dollars. Not through a YouTube short, through Wristwatch Revival. It's a multi-million-dollar investment on creating your own in-house watch movement. Just like Rolex made the 3135, I believe. 3235, 28 something something. And I believe a while ago they used 2824s before they figured this shit out. So that's a cool little fact about Rolex. Usually I'd wear my Rolex Submariner, but I decided not to. I'm gonna wear the Metro Mini today. Now, to place the crown and stem back in, it's 157. Oh shit, something's wrong. However, it seems as if I actually fixed it. What the hell? That's odd. Well, that's a good outcome, I guess. That's nice. That's been broken for a while. Any fucking way. So if you have an issue with the manual winding system, usually it's a keyless works issue, but now that I got the fucking date wheel to run on its own, which is nice, that's cool. Now, I've already wasted 43 minutes of everybody's time just bullshitting around, so I'm gonna get going here, and we're gonna test the so odd. It just works like a fucking charm. That's so weird. I thought it was broken. So weird. I never had this actually change the dates in months. That's nice. I mean, it's not as clicky as the Metro Mini here. I keep thinking it's a screw down. So yeah, that's going to conclude it for today. Okay, we're still up and running. Holy shit. I will go over more of the specs maybe later tonight. I'll see you.